A little while back, about a week ago, Yoteslaya posted a video of his Gunzerker gun build, and I thought it was pretty good, but I recently found some items that I think can make an awesome gun build for a siren. So I'm just gonna go over it, and I hope Yoteslaya can see it and maybe make it himself and put it up on his channel, because I think this is a really good build that everyone should try to do at least once. So to start off, I got the Infinity Pistol. This is a pistol build, just like Yoteslaya's. If we look at my Infinity, it's got 7,103 damage, and it's got a fire rate of 10.04. No, 10.4. I mean, if you've seen he's got a lot higher damage. He's got some 10,000 damage once, but I think mine is better because this fire rate is going to increase drastically more than if it was like his, which is about a 7. So my damage is going to be higher than his with his infinities. The other things I'm going to be using is the B shield. My B shield is not as good as his. It's got 41,000 amp damage. He's got like 50,000. But you know, everyone knows what the B shield is. If not, you can check out Yoteslaya's channel for all of the things I'm going to use in this video, except for one of them. Another thing you can use the sham shield in combination. If you see there, the sham shield got an absorb chance, which works great with something that also is included in this build, which makes you take less damage. So you're going to take insanely small amounts of damage with if using the sham shield. My sham shield is kind of bad. It's an 84%. You can have a 94%, and if you have a 94% in this build, I'd say it's pretty much impossible to take damage against multiple enemies. But moving on, I got this class mod called the Mirrored Trickster class mod. So what this class mod is, what's so good about this is it gives me 25% increased fire rate, and it gives me 6+ in the kinetic reflection skill. The +5 life tap skill I don't really care about. I don't even activate it in my skill tree. But I took this one as opposed to another one which had only 23% fire rate, or 23% is not only. But if you could find one with another thing than life tap that could be used as effectively in this build, that would make this build even more awesome. And the last thing, of course, the pistol build. We're gonna have the Sheriff's Badge. This one he recently just showed how to get, and that's when this thing came up for me, made me think about making this build. So it gives you 21.9 pistol damage and a pistol fire rate increase of 56%, and that's a lot of fire rate. That's a 50% increase, which is quite a lot. Now over to what really makes this crazy. That's the skill tree. So to start off here in motion, we got the accelerator upgrade, which increases damage and bullet speed with all gun types. My gun damage will therefore be increased by 15%, and the bullet speed will be increased with 10 to 20%. I feel like increased bullet speed gives me more accuracy, so I think it's good. But of course the gun damage is the main reason for this. But increased bullet speed makes it so that where you aim, it hits faster. So I feel like it helps me hit the right things. And now to what really makes this awesome with the sham shield. The deflection chance you get from this with the class mod I'm using, it gives you 6 points in this. So when you put in 5 of your own, you get it's always after you kill an enemy, your deflection chance of bullets that hit you is 100%. But the damage reduction with this at level 5 is only 50%. Yeah, it's 50%. But with this class mod, it actually gets 110% damage reduction. This only works when your shield is up, and and it only works for bullets. It does not work for like melee attacks, corrosive fire, and etc. damage, or explosives. So trying to stay a little bit away from stuff like barrels and stuff like explode is a good idea with this setup. I also just took, because I have put in all of the things that I really need, so I just put some extra in here and there for good things. So this one makes every time you kill somebody, it regenerates 4% of your shield per second, which I think is great, because it makes your shield just stay up even longer. And with the B shield, this is extremely good, and also with the Sham shield. Then I got the Converge skill, which makes my face look like pull in other enemies, because I think this is really good for crowd control, because it just makes like every enemy in a big radius unable to attack you for quite a while. So I think that's really good. I also got the suspension, which increases the face lock duration, which why I chose this I'm gonna come back to later in my skill tree, but well, 2.5 seconds for now. I also have quicken, which reduces my face lock time, which is for the same reason. I also got subsequence, because level 5, because this thing makes my face look like wander to another enemy after it's done, so it makes it stay up longer. And here in Harmony I got the Mind's Eye, because I really didn't have a lot else to put stuff in. So I got the Mind's Eye, which gives me a critical hit damage increase of 25%, which means every time, if let's say I crit it all the time, my damage would be increased with 25%, which I think that's pretty substantial. So, well, yeah, that's just for extras, because you're probably going to be critting a lot, because you're going to be shooting a lot of bullets. If you have noticed how much fire rate up things I have. And now this Wreck. While you're having an enemy face locked, you gain increased fire rate and damage with all gun types. Now this is why I use the suspension and the thing that reduces my cooldown, because now I can have face lock up more often, and therefore my fire rate is always increased and my damage is almost always increased. Last I just put in Flicker, because having your gun elemental effect proc more often is really nice. The last thing is my badass tokens. I don't really have a great badass rank. You could have a lot better one, and probably you could probably have even higher damage than I do with this. So the main things here are the increased gun damage by 9.5%. The gun accuracy is quite nice too. The fire rate plus 8.7%. The recoil reduction is quite nice too, and the reload speed, I guess it don't really matter because I'm using the Infinity, and the critical hit damage of 9.5%. Also, the things that keep my shield up longer is real nice. So I'm gonna show you some gameplay in I think Slaughterhouse. I'm only going to do the B shield to not make this video too long, but you should definitely try this with the Sham shield too. And I'm gonna show you a clip of me defeating the bunker with this setup, because since I have the corrosive Infinity, I thought that I should fight a like a metal type enemy to display what damage this can do. And I think the only thing that might take the bunker down faster is going to be before it was nerfed, of course, the conference call combined with the B shield, but since that's nerfed, I actually think this might be faster. So yeah, well, that's it for the talking part of the video. I'm gonna go over to the gameplay now.